What's good, YouTube? Coming at you with another video. I'm here to do the new pre-trip inspection for the new people that's coming to Prime. This is how you say it right here. All right, so when you first start off, you're gonna be in front of the truck. You're gonna make sure that it's no leaking under the truck and the truck is not leaning to the left or the right. Now you're gonna come over here to your passenger side general hoses. Sorry it's a little loud because the guy next to me got his engine running, so it is a little hot outside. So your passenger side general hoses, which is these black lines right here, it's properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and they are not leaking. Come over here to your general side hoses. You have your general side hoses right here. It's properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and they are not leaking. Then you have your coolant level, coolant reservoir. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's filled to manufacturer specification and it's not leaking. You have your oil dipstick right here. It's filled to manufacturer specification. Check with a dipstick. Now you have your power steering. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's filled to manufacturer specification and it's not leaking. Then under there you have your steering gearbox and your hose. So your steering gearbox is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Your hose is properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and it's not leaking. Then you have your steering linkage, which is your pivot arm, your drag link, and your tie rod down here. So properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and there's no missing capsule nuts or cotter pins. You have 3 of them. So you have 1, 2, and 3 down here. All right. Now you have your spring hangers, front and rear back here. It's properly mounted and secured at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken. Then you have your leaf spring, front and rear. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. None is shifted. Then you have your shock absorber right here. It's properly mounted and secured at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. You have your brake hoses, properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and it's not leaking air. Then down here inside of your tire, you have your brake drum and lining. Mine's a little new, so it might look different. So it's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. The friction material is not worn dangerously thin, and there's no oil or debris. All right, now you got your steer tire. There's no abrasions, bows, or cuts to the tread or sidewall. Tread depth is no less than 4/30 seconds of an inch. I'm sorry. Let me redo that. I'm gonna redo that. All right. All right. Yeah. Steer tire is properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasions, bows, or cuts to the tread or sidewall. Tread depth is no less than 4/30 seconds of an inch. Check with a tire depth gauge, and it's properly filled to manufacturer specification. Check with air gauge. All right, you got your rim. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No unauthorized welds, and there's no hose out around. You have your lug nuts. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no shiny studs, no powder residue. There's no cracks around my bolt holes, and there are none missing. And that is your engine compartment. Now you're gonna move on to your truck and trailer side. You have your traffic monitors. This mirror, that mirror. It's properly modded and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they are clean. Down here you have your battery and battery latch. So your batteries and your battery latch is properly modded and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and all the connections are tight. There's no signs of corrosion, and the battery latches properly. You have your depth tank and fuel tank. It's a little dirty because I just got some depth. So it's properly modded and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. They are not leaking from both tanks or the linings, and the caps are on tight. So they not leaking under there. You come back here to your frame and cross members. Your frame, cross member. It's properly modded and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No unauthorized holes or wells. Then you come back here to your landing gear and your clearance. So your landing gear first. It's properly modded and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's in a fully raised position, and the crank handle is secured. Then you have your clearance between your mud flap and your landing gear. You have enough clearance between these two, so whenever I make turns, they will not hit each other. Now, I'm finna go to my coupling, because that's the end of your truck and trailer. Now, coupling, you have your electric line right here. Start off with this, the green one. It's properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and there's no exposed wire. Then you have your air hoses, the blue and red line. It's properly mounted and secured. Properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bows, or cuts, and they are not leaking air. You got your glad hands up here. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not leaking air. The seals are in good condition, and there's no signs of worn, torn, or dry rotted. Then you go under here. This is your apron on your trailer. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. There is no visible gap between my apron and skid plate. No visible gap. This is my skid plate. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's properly lubed. Then this is my release arm and safety latch. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's in a fully locked position. Then my platform, this line right here, all the way across. It's my platform. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Then my sliding fifth wheel and pin, and my airline. This is properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's in a fully locked position. My airline is properly mounted and secured at both ends. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it's not leaking air. Then I have my mount bolts. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and none is missing. Then you got to go inside here. Inside here is my kingpin. It's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. And my locking jaw, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's in a fully locked position around my kingpin. Come back out. Come back here. To your release and your tandem release and locking pin. So your locking pin and tandem release. So it's properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's in a fully locked position. All right, that's the end of the coupling. Now it's time to do the lights. You will go back to your truck, cut your lights all the way on. Cut these all the way on. Now, you come back to the front and you will ask the examiner to help you with your lights. So first off, you will tell them, all right, Mr. Examiner, I'm going to check all my lights, reflectors, lenses, and reflective tape, all the same, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, clean and illuminated with the proper color of amber to the front and to the front and sides, and red to the rear. Then you go around. So, all right. So we got our headlight. So headlight, we got a marker light in here. We got a headlight and a marker light in here too. Then up top up here is your clearance lights. So any lights up top, it's your clearance lights. So down here is another marker light right here. Then you have another clearance light on top of the trailer. You have reflective tape down the trailer. You have reflective tape on your mud flaps, and you got your tail lights. You have your marker light right here. Your reflective tape down the trailer. You have an ABS light and a marker light. ABS, marker light. You have your clearance lights at the top up here. And you have your reflective tape on the back of the doors. Reflective tape on your bumper. And you got your tail lights. Come around. You have another marker light right there. Reflective tape down the trailer. Then you have another marker light right here. I already said my mud flap reflective tape and my tail lights. Then you have another clearance light up there. And you have another marker light right here. And I already said my headlights in the front right here. Then after, you would tell the examiner to help you with your 5x5s. Now, your 5x5s, your 5 functions is your left turn signal, right turn signal, your high beams, four-way flashers, and your brakes. And then your 5 locations is the front of the truck, both sides of the truck, the rear of the truck, both sides of the trailer, and rear of the trailer. Then you would demonstrate that. You'll demonstrate that to the examiner. You will get in, you know, cut on your lights, and do your left turn signal, right turn signal. I can't do that right now because I don't have nobody to do that. So I'm gonna stop this video here. I know it's one more step, the end cab. So it's 2 more steps, end cab and the air brakes. I can't really do that right now because I'm by myself. So I just did the outside of it. I'm gonna have to do another video when somebody is with me, maybe a student or something, to do the end cab and the air brakes for you guys. But I hope that helped out. I know it's a lot coming, and it seemed overwhelming, but trust me, if you practice and practice and keep reading that packet, you will get it for sure. I hope this helped out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And that is my video for today. Peace out, people.